Welcome to another FPL video. It's game week 25 and I've got some changes to make to my team. I'm traveling this week, so this is what my setup looks like. But let's get into the video. Welcome to another FPL video. It's game week 25 and I've got big changes to make to my team. I'm currently traveling, so I'm sitting on the floor in a car park at the airport, so bear with me, please. But let's get into this. So last week I feel like I had a good game week. I made 63 points. Average was 55. Yeah, very, very good. Or not very good. Very, very happy with the transfers that I made. Gabby brought home 8 points. Put Enzo in and took Neto out. That was a reward. I also put Bruno in instead of Foden. I took Foden out last week and put Bruno in, and he did well. Haaland is starting to disappoint me, but I think it's also because Semenyo is starting to put those goals in. So ultimately taken away from Haaland's tally. But yeah, I got lucky with Bruno also being injured. He didn't play, so Senesi came in off my bench. And yeah, it's pretty good game week, and I'm happy that it went down this way. Let's get into the transfers for this week. I'm going to be playing my wild card, so I know I'm going to get rid of Pope. My defense is going to stay the same. I'm going to get rid of a few more players. I think Thiago's got to go as well. Bruno's got to go. And I'm not sure about Calvert-Lewin yet. I'm also contemplating getting rid of Haaland because he hasn't been performing the last few games. And I mean, the last time he really performed was game week 17. That's almost 10 game weeks ago. And yeah, the season's coming to an end, bro. And we gotta get those points in. So this is what I'm thinking my changes will look like. I know Rice Arsenal is going to have a double game week in the future because they won the Carabao Cup against Chelsea in the semis. Well, they didn't win the cup. They won the semis, so they're going to the finals. So yeah, this is the reality of it. Arsenal's going to have a double game week at some point, so I'm going to start filling my team up with Arsenal players. The other team that will have a double game week as well will be Wolves, but it's Wolves. No offense to anyone from that area. So in this gap over here, what I'm thinking about doing is putting João Pedro in, and if I take Haaland out, I'm going to put Ekatike in. After taking Ekatike out a couple of weeks ago because he wasn't performing. But last week, man did the most last week. I think it was 2 goals and assist. So yeah, I think he might be doing well. I might not get Ekatike this week because they're playing City. But then after that, fixtures are looking very solid for Liverpool. So that is one consideration. Over here, select replacement. Kellier is looking like my goalkeeper of choice. He's had 2 good game weeks. The fixtures aren't looking great against Arsenal and Newcastle. But he has been getting points, 10 points and 13. I shouldn't just be looking at that, but even against Wolves over here, 13. And it's 4.6 as well. So it's money saved over there. So that's my second goalie. I'm getting rid of Pope. Pope was 5.9, so I'm going to be making some cash off that. In the space of Bruno, what I'm looking at doing is I want Wirtz. I think he's finding his feet. Did I just butcher that? There we go. I want Wirtz. I'm left with 4 in the bank, so I sort of need to get rid of Haaland to free up some money. If I do that, what I can do over here is put Ekatike in, and then I'll still be left with 10 in the bank, and that's solid. I'm going to triple up on my Chelsea players because they've got great fixtures coming up. I don't know if they're going to hold the clean sheet. My team is very irritating at times. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But João is doing pretty well right now, and I think I'm going to just jump on that while I can. I don't know about Chalobah. Chelsea have not kept a clean sheet in a while. Then, who else? So I'm thinking it's either going to be Rodgers or Wilson in this gap over here. Bournemouth away. then home against Villa, and then 2 easy games against Leeds and Wolves. So Rodgers is an option, or Wilson. Wilson has an easy game this weekend, but then it's City away, and then some good fixtures up ahead again. So I think I might go with Wilson, and then I've got money to play with in the bank. So if Ekatike doesn't work out, I still wouldn't be able to bring Haaland back in. So this is a risk at the end of the day, because if I get rid of Haaland now, I don't know how I'm going to get him back. It's going to be very costly. But I don't also want to constantly feel like I need Haaland for my team to do well, because then I end up captaining Haaland and then he doesn't perform well. And I don't know what's going on in the City camp, but Semenyo has been doing great, so maybe we can do this instead. Pop Semenyo in. I think this is looking like a decent squad in my book. And I think I'm going to lock it in. I'm going to play the wild card. This makes me so nervous, because what if it doesn't work out, and what if Haaland just goes crazy, and what if I'm making my moves too quickly? But this is like minus 16 points. And this is a very decent squad. It just doesn't have Haaland in. I'll go... Yeah. It's a risk, guys. I feel so nervous about this. I feel very nervous about this, but let me just double check everything. Yeah, we got Gabby, we got Senesi, we got Chalobah. How do you pronounce this bruh's name? Is it Jai and Keen? But Jai, I don't know how to pronounce his name, and I always end up skipping his name. And then we have Rice, Enzo, Bruno, Wirtz, Semenyo, Zhao and Ekatike and Calvert-Lewin. This is a pretty good squad, especially if I'm going to do bench boost. I think it's pretty solid. I think it's pretty solid. Yeah, let's lock this in. Let's just do it. We play wild card, play card, pending. I'm going to have 2.3 in the bank. I don't know how I would get... What I would have to do is sort of get rid of my striker who's not doing the best. Or what it could look like is Calvert-Lewin out still, and Bruno out. Still wouldn't do the most. Let me restore. What I would have to do is probably... remove. And put Ekatike in. This could have been such a fail. Crazy. Ekatike. Select replacement. There we go. So if I wanted Haaland back, maybe I could get rid of Bruno if I have to, or Wirtz. Yo, this would be so tight. There's absolutely no way. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm not going to bank on it, and I'm not going to overthink this. I think this is looking like a pretty solid squad. I have multiple options over here. My only worry is that I have 3 Chelsea players at the moment. But other than that, well, I don't know. I have 3 Chelsea players, and I have no way of getting Haaland back at this point. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll just have to save those transfers. Let's make transfer, continue and play. Wildcard is active. Let's pick a team while we're here for this week. What we are going to do is Roofs. I hope it's Roofs out. Kelly in. Semenyo in. And Calvert-Lewin out. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. This is looking like my squad, actually. Yeah? I'm going to have Senesi first over there. And then I'll have Calvert-Lewin and then Keane. I don't know, I could switch players out here. I don't know why I feel like I should be having Keane in my team this week. Especially after his suspension. Like the last game, he played really well. He delivered. I might regret this. If I do, then I'll just touch base next week and tell you how much I regretted this. But this is the reality. I'm happy with this. My captain will be not Ekatike. It will be João Pedro this week. They're playing against Wolves. And then I'll make my vice Enzo Fernandez, just in case. Maybe vice should be Declan Rice, just for control. yeah, this is looking like my team. I might actually just take Gyu, I don't know, out, and maybe put Keane in because it is Liverpool and I don't want to risk the potential 6 points. So it could look like, yeah, this is looking like it's going to be my team this week. I'm happy with it. I'm going to lock it in. Wildcard is active, save team, and yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Yeah, drop a comment, let me know what you think about this team. Was it a wise move to play the wildcard this week? If not, what would you have done? But yeah, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.